Hello, my friends. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me. Palim Palim notices out everywhere. Okay, my friends, thank you for joining me. My name is Angela, and I am the owner and creative energy from Elf von Helden. I'm an elite retailer for Dixie over here in Frankfurt, in Germany, and I also am the German distribution for Dixie. So, welcome to our Tuesday night live on my page, on the Dixie page. Bonsoir, Michelle. If you join me, just let me know where you're watching from. Say hi to me, and you may sprinkle this video. You may pop over to my page and leave me a like. That it'll be absolutely fantastic. Hi, Tanya, you're also back. Thank you for joining. So I've been teasing you guys. Hello, Becky. I've been on in German an hour ago, so unusual night for me to go live in German also. Okay, this is our metal bin I'm working at. Last week we've blended the caviar, stormy seas, and cotton. We've put a raised stencil on there with that framing from the tile stencil. And tonight we will, have the. I asked on the last live which color you want to have the top, and you've chosen the pink. So this will be pink. Hi Caroline. Hi Nina. Thank you for joining. So this will be in peony, in Dixie Belle chalk mineral paints in pink, and then we will add the mousse in diamond, which is silver, on the frame here, on that round thing, and we will add the cherry blossom transfer, which is cute. I think I like it. So hi Dixie Belle, thank you for having me, guys. So hi Michelle, Catherine, okay, Christina, hallo nach Hamburg. Sehr schön. Okay, everybody's on here. Okay, let's start with some paint on the top. This bin has been cleaned nicely with White Lightning. I've had 2 coats of Slick Stick, as this is like a metal bin. The top is plastic. This was like metal, the body. So for the paint to basically stick on there. So, cheers, coffee. This is it is 9 p.m. over here in Germany. So just tell me hi, Susan. Hi to Virginia. Hi, Alet. Hi to South Africa. Guys, you're very international tonight. I like it. So, okay. Chalk mineral paints by Dixie Belle. They are VOC free. They've got no smell to them whatsoever. They are highly pigmented, so they've got a great coverage. They are self-leveling. Normally, you don't need to prime your pieces. You just need to clean them. This one needed some Slick Stick because it was a it's a difficult word for a German person. As this is like a slick surface. So that's the reason I've got Slick Stick on there. And usually, I mean, to be honest, you don't need to seal the chalk mineral paints either. They have a built-in sealer also. But as they are chalk mineral paints, they are open porous. So, they might grab to whatever, if you touch it or something like that. You can seal them if you want to have like a different look to them or a different touch to them. Is it called haptic in English also? I'm not quite sure. After all, I'm German, guys, so apologies if some of the things I say don't make much sense. Hi, Sandy. Hi to North Carolina. So, okay, let's get some peony on there. Mix them up nicely beforehand. I've already mixed that up because I've been working in my German life with it also. So this is nicely mixed. And I'm just going to paint the top. It'll need 2 coats. Actually, this brush is still wet. I've just cleaned that out. So this is basically still wet. That's the reason the coverage is not as it usually would be. But again, 2 coats will be totally fine. So just grab a little of the paint. A little goes a long way. And there we go. And I'm going to show you the transfer in a second. On the top bit here, I have planned on adding the black and white areas of that transfer. And on the bottom, they are going to go the colored ones. Peony in them. So, I usually like to work with a slight damp brush. This one is, well, pretty wet, but so. Chalk mineral paints are perfect for blending. Doesn't it look lush? That looks yummy. It looks like a lollipop or something like that. Tanya, it depends how big the hardware piece is. If you want to make sure the paint is going to stick, I would recommend putting a bonding primer on there, like stick. So this is like the top thing. I've put like a plastic bag around it, so I don't need to worry about getting the paint on there. I wanted to leave that in the metal as, you may touch this lid when you put something in there, so this is still easier to clean. So, oh yes, Dixie Belle, join the Chalk Mineral Paint Enthusiast page. Leave me a follow, please, guys. Master of Disaster. I've been pretty good the last couple of nights. Usually more things happen, so I'm quite happy with myself, so to say. So that's the first one, and let me now come in with the second coat in a minute. Chalk mineral paints, let them dry for about 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours, just to make sure. One of the great benefits is that they are self-leveling, meaning that the brush strokes you leave with your brush, they are leveling themselves out during the drying process. If you use a hairdryer or a heat gun or something like that to dry the paint in between, obviously you will interrupt this process, and this is not exactly going to work, but you see us artists doing that quite a lot of times because we want to get going, so we can basically see a little bit more of the finished result. So I'm letting that dry now. I'm going to add. No, I think we're going to work with the transfer now. So let's see. Let's go from here. I've got to check which side because I've been working on here. Okay. With my German light, I want to get like the dry side, which is this one to work with. So I don't want to stress out the transfer more than it's supposed to. It is my Dixie Belle shirt. It's the same color. That's correct. Yeah. I always like to have matching colors to my projects. Just kidding. Hi, Shelly. Guys, if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. I will see if I can answer those straight away. Ebenso, wenn ihr meine deutschen Freunde dabei sind, gerne eure Fragen auch auf Deutsch. So, friends. Okay, you may sprinkle this video. Cherry blossoms. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I basically call it first generation. It is not really first generation, but this one is printed. This is the Bells and Whistles line. This is the decorative line by Dixie Belle. And obviously they had, before they came out with the transfers, they had some tests and stuff like that. And this one was printed by a different manufacturer. So, and first they didn't, then they're not as easy to work with like the other transfers, but they're far too gorgeous. They're far too gorgeous not to launch them. So they brought them out. I'm very happy about that. And I haven't worked with them yet. Even so, for sure, there won't be any more difficult than any of the other companies. Instagram, I'm going to get you a little further over so that you can see. Okay. Thank you, Dixieville. Dixieville just put my page on there. So if you pop over there, leave me a follow. That'll be absolutely fantastic. So now, here we go. Okay. Instructions. Whoever reads them, not me. Put us straight to the side. So look at that. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? So this is one sheet. This is another sheet. Ever so pretty. Ever so pretty. Those are the black pieces. And those are the pieces I want to basically add on the top of the lid to pop from there. And there's some more pinky cherry blossoms. So they're going to go, I'm going to layer them all over the place. So let's see how we're going to have them. I'm going to cut them apart first. And there we go. Let's start with some bigger parts and carry on from there. Okay. Jetzt geht's noch runtergeschmissen, huh? So, my fur baby, she's thrown down her cushion, so she has to sit on the floor now. Hey, Maximiliana. Okay, you can cut those, just with some normal scissors. You can layer those, you can cut those. Very easy. So, I'm cutting those now, just making, let's see. Okay, they do come like all the other transfers also. For those who don't know what transfers are sticky pictures. They are sticky pictures. They're ever so thin. When you layer them or when you put them on your projects, you won't ever notice that this is like a picture like stuck on there. Everybody thinks you've painted that yourself. So that's smart, isn't it? So, but this is the gluey part is on this milky see-through plastic foil, and you can see that here. And the white paper you see, this is like a protective sheet, so that you don't touch it accidentally, because it'll stick to your fingers and then it'll be ruined. So also when you cut the transfer, leave it on that white sheet and cut it from there. So there you go. I'm going to bring you a little closer in a second. I'm first going to cut a couple of those apart to have, it would make my life easy if I would have like a big table or something like that, but I'm not, so I'm working free-handed, freestyle. Who is doing freestyle from you guys? So, they are, Michelle, aren't they? Have you already got those? Did you get them yourself? I'm gonna leave that small one on there. So there's like bigger parts, there's smaller parts, tiny flowers. You can layer on top, you can sprinkle all over the place. So that's completely up to you what you want to do with those. So I'm going to leave those single bits on there. I'm probably going to sprinkle those over the place at the end. So to the side. Where did I put the rest now? Nobody moves. Where did I put the rest? I'm a genius in displacing. Oh, here they are. In displacing my stuff I'm working with. So they come with one of those sticks, so you can basically transfer them over to your piece. So I'm gonna bring you a little closer now, further down and closer. Hang on. Flying. Sorry, guys. Already got some of it was my tattoo, some of it was peony. So, which is not supposed to be there, but even so. Okay. So when you take the protective sheet off, as soon you know where you want to place it. Alrighty. So again, remember, don't touch the back, otherwise it'll stick to your finger. And I want to start with that one right here. So when you know where you want to have it, you can commit, put it on here. So, and then you just start rubbing. Okay, this would be, I mean, this is not very, let's see, this is working. As you need to have a little bit of a resistance, which is pretty difficult at the moment, as I'm going to tape that on there. Because I've got to hold that, I've got to hold the bin a little bit to put some pressure against it, as this is very light, obviously. Yeah. This is very light, obviously. So I'm just fixing that a little so it's not moving. So then you just rub until it releases from the backing. If you feel that, if you see when you lift it and not everything is transferred, you just put it back down and you go from there. So, it's tiny areas. There you go. One down. This is too thick. I can't, I really should put some pressure at the back, but I like to lift it at the same time where I'm rubbing, because that works a lot easier. And as per usual, I'm having projects which are fighting me. However, see. Oh, you can see they're releasing still pretty easy. No problem. Every bit which is not coming off, you can lay that, if you lift it up gently and you notice that something is not transferred completely, just lay it back down and go from there. So. There. You need a little more elbow grease, especially with a piece like this. Put some pressure on there. But nicely. This is sports, guys. Are you sporty? ever so pretty. Ever so pretty. Oops, careful, not touching the top as this is still damp. Still damp. So let's see. Yeah, that'll be push with your feet against the back. Put some pressure on there, girls. That's a great idea, yeah. I need an assistant. I need an assistant. Come over here, Michelle. Who wants to be my assistant? So, now it's coming loose. On. They have those things at school. In German, they were called Abziehbilder. You can basically transfer them over to your books and stuff like that, but they are much more fragile. Once we have there, can you see what I'm doing? All right. Oh, that's me. Don't touch the top. Keep saying that. Don't touch it. So I'm gentle around the edges here. Usually when I have, I could use one of those sheets to not damage basically the paint underneath. As I cut pretty close to the edge of that motif. So here we go. Now it comes loose. So my work's done. Now I've got it. So all areas which are still, I'm just putting it back down. Go from there. The edge here, careful. Take this off. Let's see where I'm going. Oops. I'm accidentally damaging the paint underneath. You can also stick like one of those flowers on top, so you won't see that at the end. Still, I'm working a little careful on those edges. There you go. Okay. So I'm going to come in with my, doesn't it look beautiful? Isn't it sweet? Who loves it like I do? So I'm just making sure the edges, especially the edges, are down. You can also distress those if you want to, like all transfers basically. sweet. I like it. You can use your fingers. I just like to take that plastic it came with, just to make sure I'm not having any cream or anything on my hand, which I'm transferring onto that piece. So, and then you can basically come in with your finishing pad by Dixie Belle. This one has been used. You can wash it. And thank you, Ale. That's sweet. It is. It is, Michelle. Merci. Merci beaucoup. So just go over it and make sure that it really adhered to your surface. I'm loving it. This is so sweet. This is so sweet. So let's see. Shall we add another one coming down? Oh, careful. No cat hair on there. So I will add this one. As you can layer those, I want to have like a big branch basically going right down. So I'm just basically putting that there. And again, I'm going to tape it just so it stays in place. When you do that, make sure you're not sticking that tape anywhere. Don't put it here where you have it on the transfer. You will rip the transfer off with the tape. So it needs a bit time to completely adhere to the surface. So do the same thing. I've got to sit down now. Just have like a big branch dripping down. Do the same thing. And you hear like there's a bit of a crackling noise. This is basically when the transfer is loosen, or it's getting loose from the backing. Yet. Let's see. There we are. Okay. So. It is ever so gorgeous. Rub. Not completely off. Put it back down. Rub a little more so it comes off. Really fine. Areas just like this for now. Pulling it up, see if the edges are down. It's not completely transferred. Oops. Be careful I'm not throwing that bin. So I'm gently lifting it up while I'm rubbing. This helps releasing it from the backing basically. This is just like an awkward angle here to work. So I would say this is basically just like any normal transfer. The other transfers, they are, I mean, they're ridiculously easy to work with, you know. There. This area. So the paint has to be dry, obviously. Not like I usually like to do it. Quickly paint and have it dried and then go from there. So you should have the paint dried completely before you add transfer. So there you go. And again, I'm using the plastic to make sure the edges, especially the edges, are down. What do you think? Isn't that gorgeous? It is pretty, isn't it, Carol? Sorry for my squeaky table. So this transfer will be sealed at the end with a top coat. I haven't decided if I may even use the glossy one on this one, but so then I'm gonna come in with my finishing pad, also by Dixie Belle, and just make sure it really snuggles itself onto the surface. So this will be done furthermore all the way around to have some single bits and stuff like that. And now we're going to come to the top here, and we'll add a little bit of the mousse just to get like that you get like the whole picture, basically what it's supposed to look like at the end. Lim. The mousse is loose around the mousse. Now I'm first going to paint the second coat of the peony. What's the time? 35 minutes. Okay. Let's speed it up, guys. Let's speed it up. As quickly, that's dry now. I mean, it should dry really a little longer. But before I put the mousse on there, I want to have the second coat of the peony on top. So, let's go here. You can see now it is covering just nicely. And those black bits of the transfer is going to go on the top of the lid. I mean, maybe some of the small flowers. I will see. But let's see. So I'm painting that first now because I want to make my life easier. The mousse on that framing is going to be the last bit. I'm not tall enough. I can't see what I'm doing on top here. So it's probably going to come back later. If you feel the paint is already drying, just use your mister bottle and spray it a little bit to make sure the paint is spreading out evenly and nicely. And the coverage is just perfect now. Here, let's see, probably have already the peony all around my fingers. So a little bit on the back here. Spray it. Just a little paint. Don't need much. And there you go. There you go. And then I'm gonna come with my mousse on the side, but I am going to dry that quickly because there's some of the peony not quite dry yet. So the mousse by Dixie Belle is as rich as a gilding wax, but it is water-based. So this is the mousse. They come in those tiny jars, and they come in 4 colors. They come in diamond, which I'm using tonight, which is a silver. They come in amber, which is like a pretty copper look. They come in garnet, which is red. They come in they come in golden gem, which is like an aged gold. Very, very pretty colors. So they are packed by weight, so to say. So as there are real metal parts in here, they have a different consistency. So the golden gem, for example, is pretty solid, and the others, like the diamond and stuff, they are a little softer. So, but what you have to do anyway, doesn't matter which one you use, the golden gem, the golden one, is getting more and more and more when you use it. This is never going to get empty. Mix it up. As this is a water-based product, you need to mix it up nicely, that all the ingredients basically are mixed up. So, okay. And it is as rich as the gilding waxes, so you don't need much of it. I'll show you. I'm just using one of my artist brushes, so I'm getting just like the bit of this spatula water. So just use a little. You see this? The coverage of it. Spread it out as far as you can get. Spread it out as far as you can get. If you put it on too thick, it'll take ages to dry. But you can see how the coverage is. Yes, that's a good idea. I'm gonna try that. Oh, my legs are big enough to go around that bit. This is so sick. So I'm adding a little more, just picking up a little of the mousse. But that's a good idea, wrapping my legs around it. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. So, ever just like a little of that product and add it on here. So as the same as with the gilding wax, if you use too much of the product, it'll just take too long to dry. You can see how long or how far I'm getting just by offloading it off the brush. And the coverage is just amazing. There's some of the peony sneaking through, no problem. So this is still just coming off the brush here. So some people who have like a smearing problem or something like that, this is basically just because they are putting it on too thick. So, my friends, this it is for tonight. I'm letting you go now. You can see basically which way this project is turning now. Having a transfer on there and stuff like that. I'll probably work with some dark wax or white wax, maybe white wax. I'm not quite sure. I haven't decided yet. So I hope you like it. I hope you like it, my friends. Yes, 45 minutes. I'm letting you go. Dixie Belle, thank you so much for having me. I'm just checking some questions. Okay, I don't think there's any questions. My friends, thank you so much for joining me. For those who don't know me, my name is Angela and I'm the owner and creator of Energy from Elfe und Helden. I'm an elite retailer for Dixie Belle over in Frankfurt in Germany. I also am the German distribution for Dixie Belle. So if you want to carry the paints over here in Germany, please contact me. I'll be very happy to help you out. I thank you so much for joining me tonight, Dixie Belle. Thank you so much for having me. And I will see you next Tuesday, guys. You take care. You have a lovely evening, day, afternoon, whatever. It is 9:45 p.m. over here, so it is bedtime for me. Okay. Thank you, Amy. Thank you so much, my friends. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.